How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper, and my goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading, whether price is going up or down. French police arrest hackers allegedly associated with exploit of Avalanche-Based DeFi protocol. French National Police have arrested two individuals allegedly behind a 9.19 million hack on Avalanche-based decentralized finance protocol Platypus Finance. The French police were able to seize 210 euros or $222,505 worth of crypto. Platypus, an automated market maker for stable swaps, suffered three separate attacks on February 16th. The first attack was the largest, facilitating the theft of 8.5 million worth of stablecoins. Platypus said in an announcement that it managed to unfreeze 1.5 million worth of stolen USDT. The project was also able to leverage the existing code in the attack contract to retrieve 2.4 million USDC with the help of blockchain security infrastructure firm BlockSec. Our investigation revealed that the bug responsible for the attack was a logic error in the USP solvency check mechanism within the collateral holding contract. Bunch of mumble jumble for most people. Just means they found an error in one of their contracts and they fixed it. The protocol stablecoin Platypus, which was just launched this past December, lost its desired peg in the wake of the attack and is trading all the way down at 30.339 at the time of writing. That's pretty bad considering it's supposed to be $1. After the attack, around 35.4 of the funds remained in the main pool. The surplus that we kept in the main pool will be fully utilized to compensate the affected liquidity pools for their losses. As we have recovered 2.4 million USDC, 17.7 of pre-attack assets from the attack contract. Approximately 53.1% of the pool funds will be refunded to all affected LPs. We are currently discussing with various parties to help recreate stablecoins that were trapped in the attack contract. Once any stablecoins are retrieved, we will distribute them on a pro-rata basis. So, it'll take some time, but hopefully everyone will get their money back. Electronic Arts, Sony game developers raised $13 million for Avalon Digital Universe. A group of video game industry veterans have teamed up to form Web3 gaming company Avalon Corp. The Avalon team consists of experienced game developers who have previously worked at the likes of Electronic Arts, Microsoft, Blizzard, and Sony. Avalon is a startup gaming studio flagship product which is being built on Unreal Engine 5 and will have some MMO and metaverse elements. They don't see Avalon as its own metaverse per se because of how the word has been co-opted and misused. They say everyone's kind of hopping onto this word and just beating the poor word to death, explaining that virtually every major brand from fashion to fast food has proclaimed they're building their own metaverse. At Avalon, we are creating an interoperable metaverse for creators to build their content of their dreams. We imagine that to build such a thing is incredibly challenging and in fact impossible for a single company to do it. We'd like to empower gamers, creators, anyone to build worlds, and then those worlds, over time, interconnected, could become something like an oasis from Ready Player One. That said, they do believe that once developed, Avalon could host major brands looking to stake their claim in its universe with their own intellectual property and customized experience. Avalon CEO was previously the head of business development at Bandai Namco's North American division, which has IP rights to Japanese properties like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and the Solana of anime, One Piece. While Avalon hasn't committed to a specific blockchain yet to underpin and enable this interoperable economy, Pincock expressed a strong affinity for Ethereum Layer 2 protocols like Polygon or Immutable X. What's great about this technology is that gas prices for transactions is significantly less than the cost of a credit card swipe, which has a great low environmental impact. We are also able to get the scalability we need for transactions. In terms of how blockchain will be used in Avalon, digital ownership is going to be key here. So all our assets inside Avalon will be certified through the blockchain. This is going to be one of the most invasive technologies ever built by society. It's incredibly important that this technology is actually decentralized, Pincock told Decrypt. How do we do that? That's a really tough problem to solve. But Avalon will be much more than just a digital realm to explore. It'll also be gamified and give users the ability to transfer assets from one world to another using crypto and NFTs. So it'll be pretty interesting to see what becomes of this. Here's a game that I played when they launched the beta. They talk about the tournament. I was going to try and join the tournament, but at the time my computer was complete dog crap and could barely run this game. So I might give this game another try, as it looks like it's doing pretty well. This game is a play to earn game, but they refer to it as a kill to earn game. It's called Undead Blocks. The first-person shooter game is launching on Immutable X, an Ethereum EVM layer blockchain that's already home to GameStop's NFT marketplace and games like Tiny Colony. Our game isn't for pros, Hansley told Decrypt. It's in an interview, instead describing this title as a kill-to-earn social game that's like Mario Kart meets COD Zombies. In Undead Blocks, players shoot zombies and collect various items and rewards randomly generated on the battlefield. The title is already cross-platform, allowing players to experience the title on PC or Mac. Unfortunately, that doesn't include console, with the browser support available and mobile cloud gaming coming soon. The game is designed to be played with friends in a multiplayer mode, but also offers plenty of competitive, challenges for solo players. How do players kill and earn? Hansley explained that players earn Z-Bucks, the game's token, and redeem it for Ethereum or Immutable X's IMX token. Z-Bucks can be used to buy in-game weapons or character cosmetics, and players will also be able to acquire and stake or lock up the game's Undead token, a government's token which can reward players with more Z-Bucks or NFTs. The game's earning model is sustainable, Hansley argued, because players only earn tokens if the game itself is making money, which will primarily be through the sale of in-game assets, guns, loot coffins, as NFTs. There was also mention when the game first came out, I'm not sure if they moved away from this, to include little ads that you probably wouldn't notice on like signs and stuff throughout the game. That way they could make money. Not sure if they still plan on doing that. While Undead Blocks is still in beta, it already held a $150,000 tournament for over 7,500 players and has roughly 2,500 daily active users, with over 100,000 players that have tried the game in the past quarter, according to Wagyu's data. Like I said, I'm one of those, so I'll have to jump back on and see how it is. Algorand wallet MyAlgo urges users to withdraw funds after 9.2 million exploit. This is one example why the only thing I really trust my coins on is my ledger, and not a third-party software or wallet, so to say. Algorand-centric wallet MyAlgo told users they strongly advised withdrawing any funds from the mnemonic wallets that were stored in MyAlgo. Reports of an attack worth just under 9.2 million. MyAlgo did not release the estimate figures involved in the attack, but the blockchain sleuth Zach XPT said it suspected that over 9.2 million was stolen between February 19th and February 21st. The service confirmed that it experienced an attack over 1 week ago and said that no additional movement has happened ever since. MyAlgo said that it did not know the root cause of the hack, but urged users to take precautionary measures to protect their assets. CryptoSwap platform ChangeNow is thought to have frozen 1.5 million in funds relating to the attack as per TRM's data. Algorand Foundation CTO John Wood said the attack, which has impacted about 25 accounts, was not the result of an underlying issue with Algorand's protocol or SDK. It was more on the end of MyAlgo's issue. The CTO advised MyAlgo users to rekey to a ledger or other third-party wallet as a precautionary measure. Rekeying is a feature of the Algo protocol that lets users keep their wallet address and change their private keys, which allows them to not get hacked. Woods went on to say that once the investigation finalizes, he will post an explainer video detailing what happened and how users can safeguard themselves in the future. Ethereum edges closer to letting users withdraw staked ETH. Ethereum is another step closer to its next major upgrade dubbed Shanghai. The Shanghai Capella, simply called Chapella upgrade, was activated at epoch 56.832 at 4:04 a.m. UTC, as scheduled, and finalized at 4:17 a.m. UTC on February 28th today. This specific test run tested one key Ethereum improvement proposal, that was the withdrawing of staked ETH from the network. Since Ethereum launched its beacon chain in 2020 and began its journey on becoming a proof-of-stake network, more than 17 million ETH has been staked on the network. The next simulation will be on the Gorley testnet, sorry if I botched that, after which the Shanghai upgrade will be deployed on the Ethereum's mainnet, marking the next major milestone after the network's transition from proof-of-work to a proof-of-stake consensus algorithm in September 2022. Testnets like Gorley and Sepola let Ethereum developers launch apps and upgrades to the network and fix any potential issues before the upgrade goes live on the mainnet. Sounds like something Solana should do. The activation of the Shanghai upgrade on Sepoya's testnet comes hot on the heels of news that Ethereum developers plan to gradually phase out the Gorley, Ethereum's largest testnet, and move users to the Sepoya testnet. The move partly comes in a response to soaring prices of GETH, the native asset for the testnet, which Ethereum developer Marius van der Weyden told Decrypt at the time that the easiest solution is to let the testnet die, and he also told them that that's the intention with all testnets, that they should only be alive for a few years. So, onto the charts. Ooh, we did have a rising triangle, but it looks like we're starting to fall out of that, so might be taking that away. Our momentum is coming down, our money flow is still coming out on the daily, our stochastic is still heading down, and our RSI is still inching its way down very slowly. So on the daily, we're still looking pretty bearish overall. Over on the 4 hour, you can see stochastic's coming down pretty hard, RSI is coming down, VWAP is kind of flat right now. Our momentum wave is coming down, but it's not really peaking past our VWAP. But if you look, our money flow did break and didn't hold above this neutral zone, or didn't hold into the bullish zone. That's important because that means on this medium time frame, our money flow came out. If you look over at the 2 hour to see what's going on the lower time frame from that, to see what could happen next, you see that money flow did somewhat try to inch up, however it looks like it's starting to round back out. Our stochastic's starting to round down, coming to the oversold area, and our RSI is heading downwards because it has no strength right now. Our momentum wave is coming down a little more aggressive than on the 4 hour, but our VWAP is starting to come up, so our medium term is starting to try to recover, so we'll have to see what happens. If the next few hours we're able to make that recovery, then that'd be a positive sign. However, if we lose this zone, we don't really have very much momentum under us. So if we flip back to the daily, our larger volume profile that we've had, I believe we're peaking right under we're bouncing right off the high volume profile right now, trying not to break it. This is going to be our 6th hit on this line. Every touch makes that line weaker. We don't really have very much momentum to hold us in this area under us. So if we lose, we don't have very much momentum here. We have just one big candle. So if we lose this boxed area, it'd be very easy to come back down, probably to this range. That's where we would probably fight and create our new range, as it would be this higher area in between here. So over on the 1 hour, if we take a look at a little lower time frame to see if we're recovering, 1 hour the money flow just jumping around, up, down, doesn't know which way it wants to go. We did bounce off around this neutral zone, which is positive, and we are trying to head up. So that is a positive sign that the 1 hour money flow is trying to keep above this neutral zone. As long as it stays above this neutral zone and starts to gain, like the green starts to get bigger and bigger, that'll be a positive sign. Because if you look back here, when that tends to happen, that's a bad example here, but usually when that happens, you start your run-ups. So if we look, our momentum wave is somewhat starting to curl. That could be a positive sign. If we get a green dot and somewhat of a curl, we could bounce up. Our stochastic's coming down on the 1 hour. Our RSI is coming down. So even though our money flow is holding, our other indicators are starting to look weak. Our VWAP is starting to kind of curl over, so that is kind of concerning. We're going to need that to pick up and bring the stochastic and RSI as well as that momentum wave up with it soon. Otherwise we could probably going to retest where these two boxes meet. If we look over at graph, we are coming down. Ooh, now we have more of a descending triangle here than a bear flag. That descending triangle has about the same breakdown point though, so that could take us to about 11 cents. And that's if Bitcoin doesn't start to reverse, but we do have our own things going on here too, like RSI coming down. Our stochastic just rolled over after trying to recover. Our VWAP just rejected crossing and is coming down. Our momentum wave is starting to curl back under. Money flow is starting to curl down, so we're getting some bearish signals that suggest we could start to lose some strength here. Over on the 4 hour, we got red X here that could bring us lower. However, it could also have already played out at this point. Our stochastic's coming down pretty strong. Money flow rejected crossing that neutral zone, and it has been losing ever since, so we're losing more money from this asset, which means more people are selling off and holding like stablecoins or other assets. Over on the 2 hour, you can see our money flows coming down pretty more aggressively, so maybe people flipped a little into Bitcoin and a little into stablecoins, I'm not too sure. We have bearish divergences all over the place here on the 2 hour, so not looking the greatest, especially since this one just printed on that last candle. So we could have more downside yet to come, and that could be what makes this triangle break down. If we look over at XRP, broke out of our flag. I want to kind of move this out of the way. Breaking down right now. Momentum wave is setting a divergence here, so that's a positive sign for XRP, but our money flow rejected crossing over and might start to come out. We'll have to kind of watch as it's just hovering around that neutral zone right now. Stochastic's coming down, RSI is coming down, so the stochastic and RSI are looking weak, but this divergence could save us if that money flow and VWAP manage to cross over. Over on the 4 hour, we do have a bearish divergence from 2 candles ago. This could already be played out. Our money flow is trying to creep out. It tried to hit twice, and it's just not really going very far. We have bullish divergences highlighting, so we might set up another one on another wave, and maybe we'll invalidate this downtrend. Over on the 2 hour, our money flows generally coming down, however it's somewhat recovered, but it's starting to come back down again. Our VWAP's coming out, we have a red dot on our momentum wave and that's heading down. We have a red X here that invalidated a bullish move, and our stochastic is heading down. So 2 hour looks like we could lose some momentum here, so kind of counter to that 4 hour. So the 4 hour may start to lose if this money flow doesn't start to pick back up again. If we look over at Algo, which just had a hack that we covered, we are bouncing off our point of control here, so that is a positive sign that we could make a bounce from here. Money flows generally starting to round out and come out though. RSI is coming out, but our stochastic wants to cross and make a bullish recovery, so we'll have to see if that manages to happen. Our momentum wave is coming down pretty sharply, but it looks like we may start to curl sometime soon in the next couple candles. Over on the 4 hour, we had a red X that dropped us down pretty low. Stochastic's coming down, RSI is starting to head just kind of flat, doesn't know where it wants to go, bouncing off that neutral area. Our VWAP's trying to come up, our money flow did break, just like Bitcoin, but our momentum wave is trying to set a bullish divergence, kind of like XRP. So we had two coins trying to set up bullish divergences. Over on the 2 hour, we have some bullish divergences highlighting. We'll need a green dot. I'm surprised this one didn't highlight, but we could highlight another one here. Our stochastic and RSI are falling, but we have a green dot on them on our last candle, so we could make a move up if we don't lose too badly right here. We'll have to kind of see what the next couple of candles do. Our money flow is generally coming out on the 2 hour, so that's not the best sign, but our VWAP looks like it wants to retest breaking that neutral zone. If it does manage to break that neutral zone and come up, we could see a good pump up and recover some of these losses. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night.